All right, so standing here with Jack Marshman, fights Magnus Ringblom Saturday night. Talk about the signing? The first Welshman to be signed to the UFC. How long have you been waiting for this? Do you feel like it was a little bit overdue, just right on time? How do you feel?
Yeah. Well, obviously really exciting, but yeah, I do feel like it was a little bit overdue. I'm 20 and 5. I'm probably one of the more experienced guys on the old card, to be honest with you. But and in that 20 and 5, I have fought legitimate guys, and I got plenty of former UFC guys on my roster, or plenty of guys who went on to the UFC on my record. I know I've been at this level for a long time, really. So it was just that waiting game, and it even got to the point where even I wondered whether I was actually gonna, whether it was gonna come. So when it did, it was just a massive weight off my shoulders and a massive relief.
And so, obviously a big fight right off the bat too. Like when you were kind of analyzing the roster after you had been signed, was Magnus someone that was kind of on your radar? He's on a nice little winning streak here. Were you expecting him, or do you think maybe it'd be like a fellow UFC newcomer or something like that?
No, that's not what I want. I want someone who's had a few fights. To be honest, I before I got signed, I watched the UFC every time it's on, and I watched Magnus's last fight with Gareth McLennan, and I was watching that, and I was thinking either one of those guys. I was thinking, yeah, I'd like to, I'd like to get in with one of those. And well, I watch with every middleweight on the card. That's what I think in my head. I want to fight them all.
Yeah.
So when they offered me him, and he's on a 4-fight win streak in the UFC. So when I come in and put on an awesome performance, people are just going to realise what level I'm at. So that's why I'm looking forward to it. That's the type of fights I want. I want the next one to be one in front of him as well. So.
Absolutely, and of course, first Welshman signed to the UFC. What does that mean to you, really? Like, is that kind of carry like a certain weight on your shoulders to make your country proud, or is it just something that will go in the history books and that's really it?
No, I'm so if I had one fight on Saturday and retired, I was still the first Welshman, and it's brought the spotlight into Wales now, and I can see more and more Welsh guys getting signed, and it's gonna get big, I think, in Wales, and because we got loads of talent over there. So
do you want to bring the first UFC event to Wales? Like, is that something that's kind of on your checklist as well?
That's something that's probably I'm more excited about, really. I'm like I said, I want to work my way up the ranks, and I just want to fight the best people, and I want to be fighting the people that I've been watching for years. That's the type of guy I am. But I just really, really want to bring a show to Wales. You have showed, well, we're the forgotten nation. You got Ireland, England, and Scotland. They've all had cards, and Wales is bang in the middle of them. They've not had a card in Wales yet, and the local support. Well, you've seen it when I got signed. The amount of support that came through social media and stuff, and it just went absolutely mental because people I don't know was going mental because there was one Welsh guy in the UFC and they was over the moon with that. And if we get a couple more signed now and then they bring a card to Wales, I think it'd sell out automatically. So it'd be amazing. That's what I want to do.